Hello dear students, a very welcome back in Desi Kaksha. How are you? I think you are happy and healthy. Okay dear students, is it? Yes. Okay, so today we are going to learn what is Newton's law of motion. Okay dear, and before going to the main topic, before going to the main discussion, at first I want to tell you that what is the significance of Newton's law of motion. Dear students, if you learn Newton's law of motion, definitely you feel good in your upcoming chapters. Okay dear students, after this you will learn work power energy, after this you will learn rotational motion, you will learn circular motion, even you will learn SHM, electrostatics. There are so many chapters are there dear students in which you feel that Newton's law of motion is very important. Okay, so come on the topic, Newton's first law of motion. Dear students, Newton's first law of motion is also known as the law of inertia. The law of inertia. The law of inertia. Okay, so come on the statement, what is first law of motion or what is law of inertia? Okay dear students, so come on. You know very well that the body will maintain its inertia. The body maintains its inertia until and unless it is until or unless any external force applied on it here. Okay, what is law of inertia dear? The body maintain its inertia until or unless any external force is applied on it. What does it mean dear? What does it mean? Here a new word is coming, that is inertia. Now you have to know that what is inertia. Basically inertia is the tendency of a body. Okay, inertia is the tendency of a body to maintain its position of rest or position of motion or position of direction. Okay dear, suppose you have a book. Okay, suppose you have a body. If this body is in state of rest, then it will be state of rest until or unless any external force is not applying on it. Okay, this tendency of this body is known as basically inertia. Similarly dear, if any body or any object is in state of uniform motion, then it will be in that situation until or unless any external force is not applied. Okay dear, so come on, what is inertia? What is inertia? Basically inertia is a tendency of anybody to maintain its position of rest, position of motion and position of direction. What does it mean actually? It means if anybody is in form of rest, then it will be in form of rest. If anybody is in form of uniform motion, then it will be uniform motion. If anybody is turning on any turn, then it will have a direction. It will have a proper direction. Then that particular object will be in that particular direction until or unless any external forces are not applied dear. So I think dear students, you have come a basic idea about Newton's first law of motion. Okay dear, now we will study about Newton's second law of motion. Okay, now after the first law of motion, come to the Newton's second law of motion. Okay dear, what is Newton's second law of motion? It is very conceptual and a very important law which is known as Newton's second law of motion. Basically the main definition of Newton's second law is dear, the external force applied on anybody is directly proportional is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum, to the rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum. What is the mathematical meaning of this law here? So F is directly proportional to dp by dt, or you can say that F is equal to dp by dt. Now it's a question arises that what is momentum? So dear students, P is equal to m into v. Mass into velocity of any object is called momentum. Okay dear, so here you can break it into the form of d mv upon dt. Okay, here you can say that the differentiation of momentum is also known as what? Force. Is also known as force. Now you can split it out into m dv by dt plus v dm by dt. Okay, now finally you have a formula that m dv by dt plus v dm by dt. Okay dear, now you have a basic idea about differentiation. So you can say that F is equal to m dv by dt plus v dm by dt. Okay, so each and everybody know that the differentiation of constant mass is a constant value. Hence you can say that the differentiation of any constant value is going to be zero. Hence you can say that the whole term will zero. And now you have a proper formula that what? F is equal to m dv upon dt, and each and everybody know dear that what is dv by dt? Dv by dt is acceleration. Okay, acceleration. F is equal to ma. Basically this is the second law of motion. Okay dear, so come on dear on the formula that what is second law of motion? So finally you can say that the F is equal to ma. But you have to know that whenever the rocket propulsion occurs, what happens in the case of rocket propulsion? Whenever you launch the rocket and rocket go upside, then continuously its weight going to be decreased. Hence you can say that dm by dt also occurs. So never forget this formula. This formula will help you in maximum numericals of JEE and NEET. Okay dear, so this discussion will not going to be over, because come on this point. So dear, you have a formula F is equal to dp by dt. Here you can do something. There. What you can do? F dt is equal to dp. F dt is equal to dp. What does it mean? If you will multiply the force with a very small time, differential time, then you will find change in momentum. And this is also known as impulse dear. Impulse. Now impulse is equal to change in momentum. Change in momentum. Okay dear, so this is very basic information which comes out from the Newton's second law of motion. You have to learn it. Okay dear. Okay, come on. The second thing you can say, if you will draw a graph of F and T. If you will draw a graph of F and T, then you will find that the area under FT curve, area under FT curve is gives area under FT curve gives what? Momentum. Okay dear, area under ft curve gives momentum. So this is the bullet point, you know, this is the bullet point and this is also the bullet point. You have to learn it dear, you have to learn it. Now come on the some numericals. So now come on the numericals so that we can enhance our knowledge with the help of numericals. Okay dear, now we are going to solve some numericals. Okay, so dear, we have learned very small topic, very small concept. Except this, we can solve a neat problem. Okay dear, neat problem. So come on, at first you have to read out this question very carefully dear, very carefully. Come on, in the arrangement shown in the figure, what should be the mass of block A? What should be the mass of block A so that the system remains at rest? So that the system remains at rest, neglect friction and mass of a string. Okay dear, what is the main question? I think you have learned it. Okay dear, the main question is what should be the mass of block A? What should be the mass of block A so that the whole system remains constant. Now at first you have to learn that how many forces acting on this diagram. Okay, come on. So at first we start from here dear. Which force is acting on this? You know very well that mg acting downward. Okay, mg acting downward. Okay, now a tension force will act away from the body. Okay, if this is tension D and the string is same, then what will be the value of this tension? Also T, and away from the body and T. Okay, here the string change, hence you can say here the tension will also change, Okay, it means, so come on, focus on this block. mg will act downward. If mg will act downward, then tension upward means away from the point of contact. If this will be the tension T, then this will also be T. Okay dear, and you know very well that a force will act this side. What will be that force? Yes, mg sin theta, because two components bracts here, mg sin theta and mg cos theta, and mg cos theta will balanced by normal. So we are not talking about the mg cos theta. Okay dear, so that's why we are not talking about the mg cos theta, because it will balanced by normal force. Okay, now come on, focus on this. Okay, come on. What will be the balance equation for this whole diagram? You know very well that what here if you will focus here, what you will find, T is equal to mg. This will be the your equation number 1. And here this will be the tension T1. If this is T, then you have to change it. Okay, you have to change it. Why? Because the string is changed. So you have to write that if this is T, then you have to change it. And you can say this is T1. Okay. Here, what is T1? T1 is equal to what is T1? T1 is equal to mg. What is the value of m? 2 and g 10. You can put here 10. So 10 is equal to 2 into 10 is equal to 20 Newton. Okay, so come on. 2 into 10 is equal to 20 Newton, and T1 plus mg sin theta. Okay, T1 plus mg sin theta is equal to how much? If this block is stationary, if this block is constant, it means this T and this T1 plus mg sin theta is equal to each other. Yes, T1 mg sin theta is equal to T. Now you can solve it. T1 is equal to how much? 20 plus mg. What the meaning of m? 2 into 10 into sin 30 degree dear. What is the sin 30 degree? Sin 30 degree is 1 upon 2 is equal to T. Now solve and find the answer. 20 plus 2 cancel out. 10 is equal to T. So T is equal to 30. If T is equal to 30 here, then T is equal to mg. If T is equal to mg is equal to 30, then m is equal to 30 upon g. 30 upon g means 10 is equal to 3 kg is equal to what? 3 kg. It means your D option is correct. Okay, so we have learned a very basic fundamentals of Newton's law, but except this we are able to solve NEET and JEE question. You now you can guess that how much important this topic is. Okay dear, so whenever you are you have to busy in your studies, focus on your studies so that you can crack JEE or NEET. Okay dear, all the very best.